now it looks like Christian Campros is coming on to the wrestling mat with his girlfriend Madeline Monroe.
In a match. Proudest accomplishment, I am most proud of placing in a few tournaments throughout these 4 years. Future plans are to go to college and study music, and advice to future Bulldog wrestlers: prioritize school and family as much as wrestling, and put in some work outside of practice. Congrats, Christian.
That's awesome. That's all. That's all. Oh my God. That's really cool for these wrestlers to always have that little quote they like to tell all these upcoming wrestlers about what about wrestling is and how they like it and what to enjoy about it, and advice to give these young people for this high school. So that's beautiful to reflect their whole career on a speech.
It's something special about the senior night too, just being able to appreciate all 4 years of work that's been put in.
Yep.
It's just different than any other game. This is where they prove themselves and just show off the last 4 years that they've been working
Mom and
towards.
Dad, Brian Tompkins and Angela Tompkins. Favorite wrestling memory: winning his first match. Proudest accomplishment: coming back after a torn ACL.
Yeah, now talking about Cade Tompkins, this kid is one heck of a wrestler. He has battled through injuries throughout all 4 years of his high school career for wrestling. And in one of those, like they said, was an ACL tear, which sat him out a whole year and a little bit of this year.
Next, Jacob Noe.
But he is back and better than before. So that's amazing to see Cade back in his full form.
It shows very strong resolve being able to recover from one of those types of injuries. ACL in particular is one of the worst. And seeing a recovery like this is inspiring.
So now we have Jacob Noe coming to the mat with his parents. Now Jacob Noe is one heck of a wrestler. He is one of the 2 team captains for the Riverside Brookfield team. And now here comes the other captain, one of the best wrestlers on this team, Josh Gonzalez. This guy is amazing.
State qualifier too.
This guy is breaking records by the minute. We will talk more about his records when he's on the mat with his opponent, but this kid is such heck of an athlete. Him and Coach Kirby have such a great relationship, and it's amazing to see them both. It's amazing to see both of them have a relationship like that, and that also, for having a coach and athlete relationship like that, that also helps the wrestler with just everything they're going through and emotional support with wrestling. So both those people have amazing,
especially when a sport like wrestling is such a mental game. When you're down there on the mat, having a good coach in your corner is just essential.
Now here comes Eleanor Affey, the only girl senior right now for Riverside Brookfield. She has been wrestling for 4 years, and she also has broken Riverside Brookfield records. All the crowd is chanting her name and clapping for her because she is one of the only girls ever to set records at Riverside Brookfield for wrestling. So that is such an amazing accomplishment for Riverside Brookfield and everything to do with her career. That girl is truly amazing. So now it will look like we'll be getting a huge team picture with all the seniors and their parents.
It's putting this moment in history.
All these seniors will never forget this through their whole life. This is a beautiful time to watch and sink in. And it's also very sad for their seniors because this is their last home meet they will ever play in their high school career. So making a lot of people tear up. It's sad, but all these people went out with a fight. Wrestling with one of the hardest sports, it's definitely up there with one of the hardest sports, and mentally, physically, and everything.
I think a situation like this, it's one of those don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened.
For sure.
Having the opportunity to wrestle at this level for the past 4 years takes a lot to get to this level, but also you gotta look around and live in the moment.
Yes.
And just realize what a great program this is.
Got you. So just by looking at the benches,
All right, Bulldog fans, let's hear the lineups for
Riverside
tonight's
Brookfield
matches.
has a huge different lineup than Hoffman Estates. They have every single weight class covered. It looks like Hoffman Estates doesn't really have everyone to require for their weight classes, so we'll see what happens. So now they are announcing wrestlers.
In the 120-pound weight class, Jaden Tulian versus Tengiz Vanachipova.
So it looks like Jaden will have a match.
In the 126-pound weight class, Nathan Stannard versus Mason Hoffman.
Nate Standard will also have a match. That's awesome to see.
In the 132-pound
Nate Standard clapping up with his teammates, trying to get everyone hyped up for this match.
Jacob getting one as well.
In the 138-pound weight class, Christian Campos versus Joseph Remo.
Christian Campos now. This kid is unbelievable too. Wasn't on varsity this whole year, but got called up because he's having one heck of a season. That's awesome to see. So it looks like Josh Gonzalez, the main man, will have a match tonight. Awesome to see on his senior night too.
Jacob Noe versus Dimitro Pettikovsky.
Also, another team captain, Jacob Noe, will also be having a match. Great to see all these seniors having their last match home game. Now, Derek Murillo, he hasn't been on varsity all year either, just like Aiden Campos.
65-pound weight class, Cade Tompkins.
So that's also amazing to see him.
In the 175-pound weight class, Max Strong.
And it looks like Nate and Max don't have matches, and they're jokingly shaking hands across the mat, thinking they have a match, but that's so funny to see.
Unfortunate for the wrestlers that don't have matches. It's great to see that many of our players do.
And in the 285-pound weight class, Avery Simplinsky.
So it looks like the heaviest wrestler, Avery, would not be having a match today. Really unlucky for Nate and Cade, though. Both seniors last home game. Looks like they won't be able to find a match tonight, so.
Very unfortunate situation.
Cade, though, like we said, coming off the ACL tear, still right now, he is still battling with some injury, so Matthew Mojica, a junior, was supposed to sub him in if he did have a match, but it's cool that Cade did get the win for disqualification, so having his last home game a win. And here we go, we are off. Nothing better than the national anthem. Putting all the players in their fields, giving them goosebumps, ready to go for action. So it looks like the team captains will be coming out for today's match. You have Josh Gonzalez. So it looks like we have 3 captains coming out for Riverside Brookfield: Josh Gonzalez, Jacob Noe, and Cade Tompkins. Nothing better than the national anthem. Also, the person who sang it is a former wrestler, girl wrestler for RB. So that's also amazing to have a former student sing the national anthem. So let's get into more statistics about Riverside Brookfield's wrestling boys team. So all in total, this varsity's record is 291 wins, 199 losses on this season so far. Their team points they got was 1,569 points so far. Points against them was 1,036. Decisions for all the teammates are 48. Decisions and will make a lot of falls tonight. They also have 132 falls against them. Not a lot of techs though. So they have 8 techs total team. A tech is where the person is up by 15 points before the third round ends and it calls the game. So it looks like Riverside Brookfield isn't really much of a tech team. It looks like they go down for points and last the 3 rounds. So we'll see maybe if that will stay the same against Hoffman Estates today, or we might see a couple techs. Who knows?
Hey, who knows?
So here we go. It looks like we are starting with Edgar Masquero. 113 weight pounds. He has 35 matches. His record is 30-5. 145 points he scored for himself, and he has 19 points against him. This kid is unbelievable. He is second right now with 30 team wins, so he's second with his team. Fourth in team for takedowns with 40. He's tied for second with techs, so that kid is unbelievable. Lucky he would not have a match. But now we have Jaden onto the 120 match. We do have Jaden. He's 27 matches, 17-10, 91 points scored, and 55 against him. So it looks like our 120 weight pounds will start this match. Ref blows the whistle, and on we are off. Both players are trying to get something to go, knocking the heads, both grabbing hands, trying to find something. Hoffman Estates does go for a sprawl. He gets one leg of Jaden's.
Attempts a single leg.
And it looks like he will get the single leg and get the successful takedown, getting 2 points for Hoffman Estates with 1:30 left. Now trying to leg ride him. Hoffman Estates is on top, trying to go for a cradle right now. Looks like Edgar will not be going down. And it looks like he does have him down now in the cradle. Ref is on 2 knees, and that will do it. Ref will blow the whistle.
An unfortunate match for RB.
Anachi Corel. Good fighter right there. Had the cradle, successfully took him down. So now we are on to our 126 match, Nate Standard. He has 28 matches played. He's 14-14. So this will be the decider of having a winning record. He has 81 points scored and 79 against him.
Grabs a leg for a single leg takedown. Not quite getting Hoffman Estates down yet.
It'd be awesome for Nate to win this match because 1, he'll win his last home match, and 2, he would finish his home last game with a winning record, 15-14. So it looks like he did successfully get the takedown. Hoffman Estates' mouth guard fell off. And it looks like Hoffman Estates did run out of it, and he did get the escape point, so it's 2-1 right now. Hoffman Estates tries to sprawl from a shot by Nate, and it looks like Nate did lock hands. So it looks like it will be 2-1 right now of a score. Both teams reset in the middle of the mat. Nate trying to get something to go. Both teams fiddling with each other. Nate playing with his head. He does get the single leg take and takes him down, trying to get the 2 points, which he does. So Nate will be up 4-1 with 55 seconds left in the first. Now he has brought him down to both legs, trying to tuck in the arm, going for some type of bulldog. And it looks like he did successfully get it, having 2 shoulder blades on the ground for at least a second, so that will be a couple points for Nate. The ref is counting right now. And it looks like he has both shoulder blades on the ground. Hoffman Estates trying to get out of it, which he does. But it looks like that will be a full 3 points for Nate Standard. Beautiful to see. So now it's currently 7-1 with your score with 25 seconds left. Hoffman Estates, now he's just trying to get out of it. He's trying to waste the 20 seconds, reset, get something to go because Nate's been dominating this whole first round. So we'll see if Hoffman Estates could try to get the escape right here with Nate riding him right now.
Nate able to pull him to the ground. Still remaining on the top position.
So it looks like this will go to the second round. So now it does go to a coin flip. So the ref will flip a coin flip, and whichever color it lands on, each player represents a color. So it looks like Hoffman Estates won the coin flip, and it looks like he wants to start on the ground. So he will be on the mat. Nate on top of him. Ref blows the whistle. Nate trying to knock him down, trying to get the 2 points. Nate trying to go for some type of cradle.
Trying to isolate his left leg, throw him off balance.
It looks like Nate's trying to do the chicken wing position, which he sort of does, but flips him on the other side.
Hoffman being able to avoid all of his attempts.
So it looks like right now he's currently up 7-1. He is currently on top of Hoffman Estates, trying to find his hands in a place to try to get a successful pin. But it looks like Nate will get 2 points for a takedown, but it looks like Hoffman Estates did escape from it. So your score is currently 9-2. Maybe a tech this game. Who knows?
Maybe.
It looks like Nate can't find some type of pin to go, but he has been dominating on the offensive side, but Hoffman Estates has been playing a good defensive round to make it a really cool 126-pound match. So as Nate tried to shoot, it looks like Hoffman Estates reversed, and now he's trying to get, now he is on top of Nate, and he does have 2 shoulder blades down. So it looks like Nate is about to get pinned. He is getting a lot of points, Hoffman Estates right here.
Seems that his right
Nate is currently on the ground, trying to get out of it. Hoffman Estates just opened up this match now, and there's 15 seconds left, so Nate is trying to get to the third round. He has currently 2 shoulder blades on the ground. Hoffman Estates did get the max points he can get from that, but it looks like Nate is trying to survive. Will the bell save him or not? 5 seconds left in the second round, and it looks like it does. So Nate did successfully get out of it, but that brought Hoffman Estates right back into the game.
Standard leads 9-7.
Nate's still up 9-7 with 1 more round to go, but that was huge. A very huge play by Hoffman Estates. But luckily the bell did save Nate in that case. So we are also now on to round 3 with that going. Round 3 starts. Your score is 9-7.
Leading to a much closer game than we expected in the first round.
Both trying to get something to go, playing with the arms and head. And it looks like Nate does have 1 leg up. And it looks like Nate will take him down and get the 2 points successfully, making the score 11-7.
4 more, and Nate will get himself a tech.
Nate's been playing with him all game. He's been dominating on the offensive side, but he really couldn't find any way to get a pin. So it looks like Nate will do a successful spin move, trying to lock the arms to get a pin, but it looks like Hoffman Estates does successfully escape out of it. And it looks like Hoffman Estates did reverse out of it. Now has Nate 2 shoulder blades on the ground. Nate is trying to get out of it currently. And it looks like that will be 2 points for Hoffman Estates, making the score 11-9, making it a real close game. Hoffman Estates is on top of him. Ref is moving his hand, gaining points to Hoffman Estates. So it looks like Hoffman Estates might be in the lead with this if Nate doesn't get a pin here.
Seems his right
35 seconds left in the third period. And Nate is trying to get out of it. Shoulder blades never hit the floor yet. Trying to get out of it to get an escape point. He is still holding on. It is a still game right now. Hoffman Estates is trying to squeeze to get successfully a fall on Nate, but Nate wouldn't budge. So it's like Nate is trying to get an escape out of it, trying to go through the legs. And that looks like Nate did reversal with 2 points with 5 seconds left, making the score 13-12, making a 1-point game, and the whistle blows. Wow. So your score was 11-10. 11 to 10 with 10 seconds left, and it looks like Hoffman Estates was going to win that game. But with 5 seconds left, Nate Standard successfully got 3 points. What a move by the kid, winning the match, 13-12. Great to see Nate Standard. So now on to our 132 weight class, Jacob Godoy. He's 37 matches played, 23-14. He has 120 points scored, 56 against him. On his team, he has the 4th most wins with 23, 5th most takedowns with 28 on his team, and he also has leads with 3-point near falls. So he's 5th with his team with his 3-point near falls. And a cool fact about Jacob, since the 2017-2018 season, in a one-season game, he's 13th right now for the most wins, and he's right behind Matt DeSola with 24. So right now he is 13th in RB history since the 2017-2018 season to have the 13th most wins with 23.
Still just in their neutral stances. We have yet to have any points on the board for either side. They're both playing really good defense against each other.
So it looks like it is still a stilt game. Both teams trying to find something to go. Both teams grabbing each other's hand.
Hoffman Estates not yet on the back.
So it looks like Hoffman Estates will successfully get the takedown and get 2 points, knocking him onto the floor. Godoy is trying to get out of it, trying to get an escape point to get one.
Godoy,
and it looks like he does got one leg of Hoffman Estates trying to drive him to the floor. And he does got the double, trying to find him on the floor. Still doesn't. It looks like the ref will blow the whistle for out of bounds. So it looks like Godoy did get 1 point for the escape, making the score 2-1.
1 point escape for Godoy.
So Godoy did get an escape with that, making the score 2-1 with 30 seconds left going into the first round.
Resetting into the neutral position once again. Seems both wrestlers are looking for some type of opening.
Looks like Hoffman Estates will try to knock Godoy onto the ground.
Uses a
Godoy
sprawl.
trying to push him out of bounds. And it looks like that will be the end of the first round with the score 2-1 Hoffman Estates. It's been an idle game. Both teams can't really find something to go on offense. Both teams are playing amazing defense. Defense is very key in wrestling. So now it looks like Hoffman Estates does choose to go on the bottom. So it looks like Godoy will be starting on top. Ref blows the whistle, and on we go with the second round. Hoffman Estates successfully does get out of it and gets the 1 point. And it looks like they will be running out of bounds. It looks like the ref didn't give him the escape there, so your score will still be 2-1. Hoffman Estates starting on the bottom, Godoy on top. Ref blows the whistle. Godoy's got 2 hams on the wrists. Tries to take him down. And it looks like that will be an escape for Hoffman Estates, making the score 3-1. Godoy really trying to find something on offense.
Previously attempted an outside leg trip, but didn't seem to budge. As we stated before, amazing defense being played by both sides.
Yeah, very good defense. So both teams are still trying to find something to go. It's been an idle stilt game. And it looks like Hoffman Estates does a fake sprawl, trying to get Godoy to go, but he wouldn't. And it looks like he does try to shoot, but Godoy sprawls with the headlock, trying to get something to go with a minute left in the second round. Godoy does have the hand, does have the head, tries to wrap it to maybe get a bulldog going or something, but it looks like it wouldn't go. Hoffman Estates successfully gets out of bounds, so that will stop the clock. Both teams will be neutral again with the score 3-1 Hoffman Estates. 50 seconds left in the second round. I feel like this game is going to come down to whoever has more stamina at the end.
I agree.
Because both these teams, like we said, are playing great defense, but also, with that being said, both teams got to be out of breath. So we will see what happens if this does go into the third round. But it looks like Hoffman Estates does get a takedown with a fireman's carry, I want to say. So it looks like he will get successfully 2 points, making the score 5-1. And it looks like there is 15 seconds left. Godoy trying to get a successful escape before the time goes, and it looks like he does. So the score will be 5-2 with 5 seconds left going into the third round. So it looks like it will still be an idle game for the end of the second round. Luckily, Godoy did get a successful escape, making the score 5-2, trying to get something going for him on offense.
As these wrestlers enter the third round, there's no denying that their stamina must be low. Playing such a technical game, the smallest mistake could be the change of the entire match.
So it looks like Godoy does have his one leg right now, trying to make him fall on the ground. You could tell Godoy is out of breath, trying to get something to go. Still carrying, holding on to that one leg. You have Hoffman Estates stuffing the head down. Both teams are out of breath, gassed. They're both trying to find something. Godoy tries to bring him down. Looks like his leg is locked, so it is an idle game right now. And it looks like Hoffman Estates did get the escape there, making the score 5-3. So Godoy did get the escape. Ref made a mistake. Godoy will be getting that point to make it 5-3 with a minute left in the third round. It looks like he does need a takedown to tie the game up 5-5. Both players are idle right now, both trying to find something to go to catch their breath, to find something in the 50 seconds. All the coaches for RB is trying to get something going right now for Godoy. He needs to push with this last 40 seconds. He needs to get a successful 2 points to stay in this game to take it to OT or somehow win this game with a pin.
Godoy needs to attempt anything he can within these last 30 seconds. See him
so it looks like he's trying to shoot, but it looks like he does sprawl successfully Hoffman Estates. So it looks like Hoffman Estates is shoving the head right now, maybe trying to get a takedown.
Last 20 seconds in the match.
There's 15 seconds left. Both teams are getting rowdy, trying to get something to go. Godoy looking at the clock with 9 seconds left, tries to shoot, won't go. Hoffman Estates does sprawl, and it looks like it will be an idle game. Godoy tried to get the last final shot in with 2 seconds left. Successfully does it, but the clock does go. So for your 132 weight class, it looks like Hoffman Estates will take this one. Great fight by Godoy, though. Great to see people go all the way to the third round. So here we go now. Christian Campost. Not a lot about this kid, you know. This kid is unbelievable. He started on the year with JV, and he did get called up for a varsity spot because he'd been having a good season. So it's great to see one of these stories come up.
It was a great sprawl.
So it looks like Christian tries to go for the sprawl, which he successfully does, and gets on top of Hoffman Estate. So that will be 2 points for Campos.
Great technique in that takedown.
You could definitely see why now he has been called up to be on the varsity team.
Certainly proving himself so far.
So now your score is currently 2-0. Campos trying to find something, but looks like Hoffman Estates does successfully get the escape, so that will be 1 point for him, making the score 2-1. Hoffman Estates tries to go for a sprawl, but wouldn't really successfully work. So now both teams are back up, making it a still game. Campos goes in for the shoot, tries to grab the one leg. Hoffman Estates is trying to get a takedown, trying to get behind him, which he successfully does. Campos made a huge mistake there, so it will make it Hoffman Estates winning this match 3-2 right now. Currently 28 seconds left into the first round.
If Campos can earn an escape, it'll tie up the match.
And it looks like both teams are under bounds, so it will start in the middle. Your next match is 144-pound weight class, Josh Gonzalez, team captain, so that will be an awesome fight to watch. Hopefully, Campos can win this game to try to get something going for Josh next round for senior night. But here we go. Campos starts on the bottom. Tries to get on top. Campos trying to get the escape point here.
Trying his hardest to sprawl.
Which he does to make it an even game now, 3-3. Great escape technique by Campos. So now that looks like, with that being said, that will take us to the second round. So your score is currently 3-3 going into the second round. Campos with an amazing escape right there, getting the 1 point, gaining his confidence to go into the second round. So it looks like he will be starting on the ground. Hoffman Estates on top. Campos needs to get this escape point here. And here we go. Campos does get on his butt trying to make something work to get this escape. And it looks like he does get the escape and the reversal. So that will be a 2-point reversal for Campos, making the score 5-3. Now he's trying to do a half Nelson currently. He's trying to find that right hand placement for a half Nelson. Hoffman Estates is trying to fight though.
Will not let off with Hoffman Estates backside, trying to keep control. Trying his hardest to circle around.
So it looks like Campos is trying to stuff his head into his shoulder, trying to get his 2 shoulder blades on the ground. But it looks like Hoffman Estates is fighting, which he does get let up to get the escape. So making the score 5-4 with a Hoffman Estate escape point right there. Hoffman Estates coach is getting sort of mad right now at the Hoffman Estates player, telling him to shoot more. But it looks like that will be a takedown for Campos. So Campos is up 7-4 right now with 40 seconds left going in the second round. So far, all these matches have been long-lasting rounds. Besides the first match with a first-round pin, it looks like these guys are going all 3 rounds. So both teams really can't find a fall to go.
Truly a
so
mental
now
battle once it gets later into these matches.
It is. So it looks like Campos is trying to get something going before the 8 seconds is up.
Hoffman Estates gets
so it looks like Hoffman Estates does have the leg and makes him fall on the ground, and he successfully does get the 2 points with 2 seconds left into the second round. That is a huge play by Hoffman Estates. So it is going to be a tie game, 7-7, going into the third round. Wow.
Close matches today.
Great matches, great matches. So it looks like Hoffman Estates will be starting on the bottom, Campos on top. Green cover set, and here we go. Campos tries to get a takedown. Tries to stuff the arm. He is currently on his back, trying to get the 2 points to make it a 9-7 lead. Tries to stuff the arm. Won't go. Hoffman Estates is trying to fight to get back up on his knees. Right now an idle game for Campos. Trying to find something to go. But it looks like he does successfully get the escape for Hoffman Estates. So that will make him currently in the lead 8-7 with 1:30 to go. Hoffman Estates tries to shoot, but a successful sprawl by Campos. Campos now trying to fight, trying to get this takedown. He does have a successful headlock going on.
If he's able to get this takedown, it will put him in the lead.
So it looks like there is a minute left. Campos does shoot, and he successfully does it, and he does get the 2 points for the takedown, making that a 9-8 lead for Campos. With currently 50 seconds left. So now it is going to be a waiting game, trying to find something to go to get more points for Campos. Hoffman Estates trying to get the escape point to tie up the match, make it a 9-9. He is back up on 2 feet, but Campos is trying to fight him to bring him down. It looks like he does. So he's back on the ground with 30 seconds left. Your score is still 9-8. Campos up in the lead. Hoffman Estates trying to get let up, but he's still grabbing the leg of him, not letting him go. If he does escape, he will get a point, and he does get the escape, making it 9-9. 16 seconds left. He tries to get A takedown. Godoy fight. Campos fighting, and he does get the 2 points in the takedown, making it 11-9, and that will lead him to victory. What a match by Campos.
Wow.
What a match by Campos.
A great back and forth towards the end there.
By score 11-9.
So now here we go. Josh Gonzalez, the main man. 34-9, 170 points scored. He's leading his team with the most wins right now with 32, most takedowns by 66, by 66, first with most tech falls in his team. He is leading all of his team with first place mark. This kid is unbelievable. He's breaking records in RB history. He is in second place right now with the most wins, right behind Brock Hoyd with 35.
Not to mention the weight class in specific, one of the most competitive. Josh is able to earn 2 points, getting behind his opponent.
So like I said, Josh is second right now in RB history with the second most wins, and it looks like he will be beating Brock if he keeps this pace up for the rest of the season, leading him to make it a #1 most wins in RB history since 2017-2018 season.
Josh earns another 2 points.
He is also third in RB history with the most takedowns, behind Quintavious Morel with 66. Mateo Costello is in the lead with 91, and it looks like no one will be passing that record. 91 is a crazy mark for takedowns.
Josh getting another 2 points from the takedown and getting a pin. Hoffman is fighting against it, trying to grab his face.
And it looks like Josh does get the pin successfully, pointing at me right now. That kid is unbelievable. He was babying him all game, raising that hand proud, winning for his senior night. This kid is a state qualifier. Last year he placed 138 in state. And this kid's going again this year, hopefully.
It's really a dominant
Great to see him win his last home match. That kid is unbelievable. Here we go with the other team captain now, Jacob Noe. Jacob Noe is fighting the 150 weight class. He is 27-13, 138 points scored and 65 against him. He is third with the most wins with his team, second in the most takedowns, and he is tied for 6th place with the most wins with 27 in RB history since the 2017-2018 season.
Both wrestlers avoiding near takedowns, playing a very strong neutral game.
Jacob Godoy is one heck of a wrestler. Him and Josh both lead teams in a lot of categories. That definitely shapes them up for being team captains. So it looks like right now it is an idle game, 0-0, with 1:25 going in the first round.
Jacob attempting a takedown.
Jacob, for his team, he has
reversal by Hoffman. Estates running 2 points.
Jacob Noe, he's in third in takedowns in RB history since the 17-18 season. So he is third right now in takedowns with 56. So he is a really good takedown wrestler.
Hoffman attempting to lock his arms underneath, hoping to flip Jacob for the pin.
50 seconds left going into your first round. Hoffman Estates is up 2-0 right now.
Jacob
And it looks like he did get the escape, making the score 2-1. Both teams are neutral right now, trying to find something to go with 30 seconds left in the first round. Hoffman Estates does go for a shoot, but a successful sprawl by Jacob Noe.
There you go, Jacob.
Also earns him control of the leg. Hoffman Estates
Hoffman Estates
trying to secure the cradle.
currently on top now, trying to get the cradle, which he successfully almost does, but he does get out of it, Jacob Noe. So it looks like they will both run out of bounds, and Hoffman Estates running into the scoreboard.
That could have been bad.
So it looks like both teams will be neutral again with 1 second left, and there goes the first round with a score, 2-1.
One period, Petticoffs leads 2-1.
Again, both these teams know how to play defense. Both teams are trying to capitalize on these offensive moves, but nothing will go. Both teams, Riverside Brookfield and Hoffman Estates, looks like they are both defensive teams. So it looks like it will be hard to find a pin. But like I said, Jacob Noe leads his team with the most takedowns. So
Jacob also earning an escape point, tying up the game.
and it looks like Hoffman Estates is on the upper hand right now, trying to go for, and he does get on top, so that will lead 2 points for Hoffman Estates, making the score 4-2.
Some very technical placements of the hands being called by
It
the
looks
ref.
like it would be called for stalling. So your score is 4-2 right now with 1:20 left into the second round. Noe will be starting on the bottom position with Hoffman Estates on top. Ref blows whistle. Here we go. Noe tries to get an escape, but is brought down by Hoffman Estates. Godoy trying to spin out of it. Godoy successfully gets one leg, trying to get a takedown. It looks like he does get 1 point for an escape. 3 points, make it a 4-3, and that is also 2 points by Jacob. So that is huge. He escaped out of it, making it a tie game 3-3. And then before both teams run out of bounds, he successfully does get a takedown, making the score 5-4.
Keeping up the pressure like that is a great way to take your opponent off their guard. Prime example of what we just seen right then, earning us 3 more points and putting RB in the lead.
But it looks like now, after both teams went out of bounds, you do have Hoffman Estates, their 150 wrestler, on the ground right now. It looks like something going on with his left knee. The trainer is out right now.
It was a pretty rough takedown out there.
So I wonder if this match will continue. His teammate giving him water, trying to get back into this game. Jacob Noe with that successful takedown, making the score 5-4 was huge. With currently a minute left going into the second round, and it looks like he is up and all good. That is amazing to see. Great way to get back into the game because this match is exciting. All these games have been exciting so far for both teams. So here we go. Hoffman Estates on bottom, Noe on top. Noe trying to tuck the hands in. Hoffman Estates trying to get the escape.
Battling for hand positions.
And it looks like Hoffman Estates does have the upper hand now, having one leg, which he successfully does get 2 points for the takedown. So he does get a 2-point reversal right there for Hoffman Estates, making the score 6-5.
Jacob trying to avoid the pin, being able to reverse out.
And it looks like he does get the reversal, the 2-point reversal, making it 9-7. Hoffman Estates did get 3 back points before that Noe 2-point reversal, so their score is 9-7. Noe now trying to drive his head into his ribs, trying to get some sort of pinfall, but it looks like both teams will go out of bounds with 10 seconds left going into the second round, making the score 9-7. Jacob, he is such a defensive player. That's where he's getting much of his points from in this game. There's a bunch of reversals. So if he keeps that up, you will have a tie game very soon. But currently right now, it is 9-7 Hoffman Estates with 8 seconds left, and this looks like it will be going into the third round. Jacob trying to get something before the 2 seconds is up. Hoffman Estates does try to get the escape, but the bell does save him, so it looks like it still will be an idle game, 9-7 going into the third round.
We'll see
This
if
is your
Jacob can
150-pound wrestling.
pull off some more pressurized attacks.
So it looks both teams are neutral right now, trying to find something to go. Jacob Noe does find a successful sprawl, trying to tuck the head. Both teams are back up on feet in the neutral position, trying to find something to go. Hoffman State does try to go in for the shot, but it's a nice sprawl by Noe. Noe successfully gets under him, trying to lift his legs up.
Hoffman attempting to gain control.
And it looks
order
like
to
Hoffman
flip
Estates
him.
has some type of cradle going on, trying to get Noe to fall. But it looks like Noe is fighting, keep the score at 9-7. No escape points or no takedowns. And it looks like Hoffman Estates did lock arms. So it looks like we will be starting where both teams are neutral with the score 9-7 with a minute left. And it looks like Hoffman Estates is still injured again. He's still holding that left knee. So it looks like that whole time that left knee still has been bothering him. So maybe that is affecting his performance, but still, he's still winning this game. So even with a hurt knee, he is still putting on the work for making Jacob Noe to work. So we'll see if he can still hold on to this lead with a minute 9 left going into the third round. You do see Coach Kirby talking to Jacob Noe right now, trying to teach him about an attacking move that he can successfully get on for Hoffman Estates. He needs something to go. He's currently down 2 points right now. So it looks like trainers will be coming out. Everything is all good, giving the okay to the ref. Both teams will be on the neutral position again. Both teams starting up. And it looks like Coach Kirby is somewhat confused with the score, talking to the refs.
Another very strategic move. You know, wrestling is a very competitive sport, as we know. So Jacob could try and aim his aggression towards that left knee, trying to find some sort of weakness that he could take advantage of.
So it looks like the ref does blow the whistle. All clear for Hoffman Estates injury. So it looks like Jacob is on top, trying to get these 2 points for a takedown to tie up the game. Currently 50 seconds left into the third round. Looks like Noe does lock arms. So that will make 40 seconds left going into the third round, making your score 9-7. Noe does start on the bottom. Ref blows the whistle. Noe on his butt, trying to get that escape point. And he does get the escape point successfully, making the 9-8 1-point game right now with 35 seconds left. Crowd is pumped. Coaches are screaming. Here we go. For his senior night, will he do it? Score 9-8. Both teams are neutral.
The true heart of the sport come out when it's down to the wire.
And it looks like it is a neutral game right now with 17 seconds left. Hoffman Estates does shoot. Noe does a successful sprawl. And it looks like Hoffman Estates is on top, and he does successfully get 2 points, making the score 11-8. Two shoulder blades are on the ground, and he's trying to get the pin, but the bell will save him. But unfortunately, Jacob Noe still lost with 3 back points coming from Hoffman Estates, making the score 14-8. So that is very sad to see Jacob Noe go down on a senior night. But that kid is one heck of a wrestler. He's a team captain for a reason. This kid is going to go super far in his wrestling career with still many more games to play.
Great performance by both wrestlers, though, undoubtedly.
So it looks like our next match was the 150 weight class with Jacob, but it looks like, sorry, Derek Morello. The next match was a 157-pound weight class with Derek Morello, but it looks like he doesn't have an opponent, so that will give him the win. So it looks like now Kay Tompkins, 165 pounds, will go. This kid is unbelievable. 20-8, 111 points scored, 43 against. He is third with his team with most tech falls. He will be getting the win. And now Max Strong coming in. 170-pound weight class. No fighting, no opponent. So now Matt Elzy will be coming in. 190 weights. Both these players weigh. So finally we'll have a match after 3 matches. So it looks like Matt Elzy is 19-6. He has 102 points scored and 28 against him. Here we go. Both teams are neutral. Matt Elzy tries to go for a headlock, brings him down to the ground.
Immediately.
And successfully does get the takedown for 2 points. Matt Elzy's being very aggressive.
Earning himself 2 points in the first 20 seconds of the match.
Matt Elzy is one aggressive wrestler. So he does successfully get the 2 points. Now he is trying to grab the neck.
Secure this pin.
And trying to secure the pin.
Couldn't quite get control of that other leg, causing Hoffman to be able to recover. No doubt Matt is still keeping up this pressure.
So it looks like he does get a successful takedown using the Bulldog method. Matt Elzy does get 2 back points there, so making the score 4-0.
For LZ.
Matt Elzy does do a spin move to try to get Hoffman Estates on his shoulder blades. Both teams are back up. He is in the Bulldog position, and he does successfully get the Bulldog. And Matt Elzy is on top, and the ref does blow the whistle.
One of the most
Matt
dominant
Elzy
games of the
successfully
night.
wins by the pin.
Or matches, excuse me.
So now here we go. Anthony Esposito. People like to call him Espo. He weighs 215 pounds. He's in the 250-pound weight class. He has 34 matches. He is record 13-21. So he's a little under 500. He has 75 points scored and 123 points against him. So here we go. Both teams are neutral.
players.
You do have Anthony versus Abdul. Abdul trying to find something to go. Both teams are tapping on each other's head. Abdul being very aggressive.
Showing strong neutral games.
Looks like
Shot
Espo
attempted.
does go for a shot, but it was a successful sprawl by Abdul. Abdul now trying to do some type of Bulldog position, but he does let Espo up. Coaches are kind of confused why they just left Anthony up, because he did have a successful position to do a Bulldog. But it looks like both teams are still trying to go, trying to fight something.
So far, score remains 0-0.
So far, it is an idle game right now.
As both wrestlers try to find an advantage. Both playing a pretty equal match.
So it looks like both teams are almost out of bounds right now. Both still an idle game. No shots, no nothing really been seen so far. So it looks like both teams will be going out of bounds. We will be starting on neutral.
We'll see if Espo's able to make a move. Still playing a strong neutral game.
Not a lot of aggression being shown to these two players. Not a lot of shots been seen. Not a lot of offensive moves. Both teams are both just playing idle games with each other. Both teams are trying to find a mistake and trying to capitalize on it to successfully get a point.
Well, that's a sign of two very well-trained defensive wrestlers. Not trying to make the first move, but rather see what they could do
Yep.
based on their opponent's actions.
So it looks like this will be leading into the second round with a score of 0-0.
After one period, the score is 0-0.
Looks like the Hoffman Estates coach is kind of aggravated right now at Abdul, because Abdul did have Anthony in a Bulldog position, but he did let him go. So on our way with the second round, Abdul starting on the bottom, Espo on top.
We'll see if Espo is able to dominate using his top position.
So it looks like Espo trying to knock him down, and Abdul does get the escape, putting the first point on the board, making it a 1-0 Abdul game.
For Hoffman Estates. Espo grabbing the leg.
And it looks like Abdul does successfully get 2 back points. So your score is 3-0 with a great move by Abdul. Espo on his butt trying to find the escape. And it looks like Abdul is still playing the offensive game. Successfully still on top of Espo, trying to find something to go on offense.
He's not letting go of Espo at all costs. Trying to remain dominant.
So it is still a 3-0 game. And it looks like Abdul did get called for stalling. So it looks like both teams will be starting up again. But it looks like Espo does have a bloody nose, so he will be going to the trainer. Abdul talking to his coach telling him to try to find something offensively, because Abdul has been dominating Espo this game so far, but he hasn't really been capitalizing on his offensive moments. So we will see if he can do that with a minute left going into the second round.
I think that if Espo is able to make a flawless, aggressive play fast enough to where Abdul will not be able to defend it.
So now it looks like
That
their
may be
second
the way.
round is on our way. You do have a bandage on Espo's nose to stop the blood. Looked like Abdul did start on the top, Espo on bottom. Scores 3-0 right now with 50 seconds left in the second round.
Hopefully Espo finds a way to either reverse this or stand up to earn himself some points.
Abdul again trying to stuff the head to try to find some type of takedown. Espo still trying to fight out of it to get an escape point. But it looks like Espo is looking at the clock right now, trying to fight to go to the third round to get a fresh restart and trying to come back from a 3-0 lead. Espo trying to use the swim technique to get out the hold that Abdul is doing to him. And Abdul is trying to stuff the head, and he is pushing him, trying to get on his two shoulder blades, which he successfully does. The ref is counting right now. That is huge points for Abdul with 5 seconds left going into the match, and that looks like that will be 3 points for Abdul, making the score 6-0. That is great offensive work from Abdul with 6 seconds left going into the third round.
No, he's truly playing his cards correctly against Espo, using a slight advantage in speed to be able to get into the better positions before he could defend himself.
So our third round is on our way. Abdul winning 6-0 in this match. Both teams are idle. Both teams are neutral. Both teams are trying to find something to go. Espo being more aggressive now, using faking techniques to try to fake Abdul. But it looks like Abdul is on top of him again. Espo does have one leg, though. Going in with 1:30 left. Espo does need to do something to get points. And it looks like Abdul does get the 2 takedown points right there. So making the score 8-0. Espo does need a miracle now, coming in to 1:15 in the last round.
This would not be the first instance of a game turning around, though. I do not think we should count Espo out yet. If he's able to get a reversal and just gain the advantage and possibly get a pin, it can just alter the entire match.
So now Hoffman states Abdul is playing some type of an idle game. And it looks like ref does call it. So it is 50 seconds. Oh. Mike fell out.
One penalty point for Esposito.
Espo earning himself his first point from the stalling penalty.
We are good.
As Espo remains on bottom, Abdul just completely laying on top of him, not allowing him to move.
So yeah, Abdul is playing the waiting game, trying to let this clock run out, and it looks like he's getting more back points right now. Looks like he does successfully get 2 points, making the score 10-1.
2 back points, Alowu.
Coming into the last 20 seconds of the match, it's looking grim for Espo.
So it looks like Abdul will be getting the win in this one with 10 seconds left. Your final score is 10-1 right now. Espo he's looking at the clock. He is out of breath, wanting this clock to end. And he is disappointed with this loss. That will make
Winner by a score of 10
Abdul
to 1.
win by 10-1.
Abdul Hamid Alowu.
Great effort by Espo.
Next in the
Great wrestling
285-pound weight
skill.
class, Avery.
So now here we go, 285-pound weight class.
By forfeit.
Avery looks like he did win by forfeit. That is the heaviest weight class of today. Avery's record is 4-20, so not that good of a start for him. 18 points scored and 116 against him. But it looks like Avery will be bumping up his record there, making him 5-20. Now here we go with Mateo Gonzalez, 106 weight class now, the lowest in the teams. So his record is 30-12. He has 88 points scored against him and 64 points scored.
Attempting to get to the backside and earning himself 2 points, doing it successfully. Current score is 2-0 RB.
So it looks like this will be your last match to wrap up senior night. Mateo trying to end off on a win for his seniors. Currently is doing that right now with a 2-0 lead with a successful takedown.
He's keeping up the pressure, circling and circling, not allowing him to get any good footwork.
And it looks like ref does call it. So it looks like your score will be 2-0 Mateo right now. Hoffman State starting on the bottom. Mateo on top. Mateo on top, trying to find a takedown, giving the 2 back points.
Mateo continuing this strategy, not letting Hoffman.
It looks like he does successfully goes for the pin, and he does. Mateo does get a lot of points from that with a great attacking move by Mateo.
The ref looking for any points to count.
That looks like it will be 3 points for Mateo, making the score 5 points for Gonzalez with those back points right there. Mateo with a 5-0 lead. He's been dominating all game with 30 seconds left going into the first round. Mateo again with the back points successfully does it. And looks like that will be a pin. Great offensive move by Mateo. Ending the last match in a win. Winner by pin, Mateo Gonzalez.
Great match.
Great match to wrap up senior night.
Final team score, 54.
So it looks like Riverside Brookfield will be winning tonight's match against Hoffman Estates with a score of 54-16. Both teams played really good matches, and it's awesome to see that Riverside Brookfield went out with a fight, and all varsity members got a win for their seniors on senior night. That's beautiful and amazing to see.
Couldn't ask for much of a better match tonight. Riverside Brookfield dominating Hoffman Estates, but all of the wrestlers putting in their greatest effort.
So that looks like that will wrap up for tonight's senior night. Amazing for the seniors to end off on their final home team win. Great to see. And it looks like that will do it for tonight's wrestling match. I am Nick Gilberto.
I am Danny Madonna.
And thank you guys so much for watching RBTV's Game of the Week, Riverside Brookfield Senior Night. And we will see you guys in the next time. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Have a great night.